Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be doing my reaction and review for LEGO Ninjago Season 13, Episode 2, Into the Dark. So if you would like to see my full reaction to this episode, then you can be sure to go down below to the top of the description of this video, where you'll find a link leading you over to Google Photos, where you'll be able to view my full uncut reaction to the episode, and then you can feel free to come back over here to YouTube, where you'll be able to watch my full spoiler review in this video, and that's what we're going to get into here. So I would advise watching the reaction first, or just watching the episode in general. But this was a good episode. I felt like it was an improvement over episode 1. I still enjoyed episode 1, but it just felt very formulaic and kind of like how they always start off a Ninjago season, but this one felt very unique. So we basically start the episode, and I also have my laptop here just so I don't miss out on any details from the episode, but we basically started off with the ninja arriving at Shintaro. Now they've been escorted by Halimar, and now they're meeting King Vangelis, who I want to say right off the bat could possibly be the Skull Sorcerer. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not sure at the moment because, of course, we're only in episode 2, but it just always seems like someone who's super friendly at the beginning could wind up being the villain. Who knows? It could even be Halimar as well. It could be anybody here from the Kingdom of Shintaro. It just seems like it's a possibility for sure, but we basically get to meet him. He's really kind just right off the bat here, so without any theories just going around, he seems like a really nice guy. He's welcoming the ninja, and then they introduce them to Vanya as well, who comes and basically is just gushing over the ninja and wanting to hear all of their stories from their various adventures, but she mainly is kind of focused on Cole. She's most interested in him, so he seems to be the one that she's most interested in, which would make sense. That's kind of why he is the main ninja for this season, the main sort of focus, so it's really nice there. He's gonna have some sort of friendship and relationship with what's her name, Vanya, I already forgot somehow, but then basically Halimar kind of gets in the way for a second, kind of blocks them off, and kind of has a little bit of an angry face on him, so I'm really curious if maybe there's something going on there, like they don't want anybody getting too close to Vanya, or like what's going on there, or they might just be defensive around her. I'm not too sure, because she says that she's the one who invited them, so it wasn't really anyone else's idea, so who knows how they are with outsiders here. But basically then King Vangelis intervenes and just says, okay, hey, we'll take you to your rooms, basically, and then we cut to nighttime, and now Cole's in his bedroom here, and it's actually pretty funny. Lloyd just randomly pops in, and Cole's like, oh my god, Lloyd, you scared me, and he's like, Cole, I'm a ninja, I can just get in anywhere. But basically he comes in, he's warning Cole. He's saying, I don't know, this Princess Vanya character kind of seems like she could be a little bit deceiving us in some sort of way. She might be evil, and of course Cole brings up, is this because of Harumi and what she did? And he's like, that's like one instance when a princess turned against us, so it's not going to be every time. Hopefully not, at least, because I like Vanya. She was actually a lot of fun in this episode, so I hope she's not gonna turn on them, but you never know. But then basically Cole goes back to sleep, but then he's ambushed by one of these like goblins, and they are from the clan which is the Geckles, basically. And this one, I'm pretty sure he's either Gleck or Ginkle. I'm pretty sure he's Gleck, but I honestly could not say for sure. But basically he shows up and kind of picks a bit of a fight with Cole, and they get into a confrontation, and Cole winds up knocking out a necklace from the Geckle's hand, and basically it's a I don't even know what you call it, a necklace, basically, and I don't know the specific name for the type of necklace, but he opens it up, and it has his dad and then his mom as well, who we haven't been introduced to his mom as of yet within the series, so it's really interesting that we're going to hopefully learn more about her. I wonder, like, what her whereabouts are, if she, like, passed away, or if she's still alive, like, what's going on with that, so I'll be really interested to figure out more about that as the season goes on, but it's definitely really interesting. It shows that Cole has some sort of connection to Shintaro in some sort of way. So basically then the guards, of course, hear what was happening, and they go in to make sure Cole's alright. He tries to explain to them what happened, but of course it sounds a little bit out there, to say the least. It doesn't sound too believable because, like, a purple creature captured me. I mean, hard to believe a little bit. And then basically he wakes up Master Wu, he wakes up all of the ninja, and they have a meeting. And the ninja, kind of the same way, they don't really believe him. They think that he's had a dream of some sort. Now this, I can see why they're doing it, because of course they want to put Cole in the position to only be able to go after these guys on his own. But I think that it's a little bit unbelievable that the ninja wouldn't believe him, because, like, look at everything you've been through. Is it really that unbelievable that Cole saw a purple creature that had a necklace with his mom and dad? I mean, I don't know. It just kind of seems like something you would believe at this point. I mean, we're 13 seasons and you've been through some pretty crazy things. So, I don't know. Just seems a little bit unbelievable in that sort of way that they wouldn't believe him. But nonetheless, Cole winds up walking down the hall, and then Princess Vanya actually winds up not ambushing him, but he's kind of surprised by her following him, and she's talking to him and explaining to him that when she was a child, she actually thought she had an imaginary friend who was like a purple creature, but now she's kind of, after hearing what he experienced, thinking that he might not have been so imaginary. So basically, they wind up kind of teaming up, and she shows him in the middle of Shintaro, basically these mines that they kind of blocked off so that nobody could go down there because it's dangerous. But Cole's like, I need to, like, find out what's going on here, and she's like, I'm gonna come with you. She pulls like 2 torches out of like nowhere basically, and then she winds up going down there with Cole. They wind up kind of exploring some of the mine. They see like a portion of it where there's just a bunch of lava, and they're like, we are not going this way. And they wind up stumbling upon basically the Skull Sorcerer's hideout, which of course we got in the largest like Lego set for the wave of season 13, and it looks even bigger, of course, within the show, but I think they actually did a good job of capturing it in the Lego set, I might say. I don't own the set personally, but from what I've seen from pictures, I'd say it's pretty good. But basically, they wind up seeing these 2, like, sort of clans working, and some of them are the Geckos, which are, of course, the race that are, like, from the little purple creatures, basically, and then they see these green creatures who are the Munces. Now, they didn't state that in the episode, but I looked it up after watching the episode, just so I kind of knew, like, what they were, so I could talk about it in the review here. But basically they're 2 clans here, and they're kind of working for the Skull Sorcerer, and we can see some of these like evil possessed skeletons as well, which have really cool designs, I might say. They look awesome. We get to have a glimpse at the Mino creature as well, which maybe Zane might wind up taming at some point, because we saw that in a Lego set that they released. And then we get our introduction to the Skull Sorcerer, who just basically punishes all of them for not working hard enough. He starts shooting his green skull at all of them, and he seems really powerful. So Cole tells Vanya, you better go warn your dad, King Vangelis, and wake up all of the ninja, get them down here. And then Cole's like, don't worry, I'm gonna take them on. I'm surrounded by earth down here, so I think I'm gonna be all right. So she goes, and Cole, I don't know why he does this, but he picks a fight with the Skull Sorcerer without really knowing anything about him, and he winds up not being able to, for some reason, use his elemental abilities. So I'm kind of interested why that's happening, if maybe the Skull Sorcerer is blocking his powers, or if something's going wrong. I'm really interested to kind of find out about that, and if the other ninja will be able to use their powers also. So it's kind of interesting there, but basically Cole winds up fighting some of the skeletons that he possesses, but then he shows his true power where he's able to kind of bring the skeletons back together, rebuild them, and they wind up basically just like dogpiling on Cole and just kind of like almost like suffocating him there. And then that's how we end the episode, with the Skull Sorcerer basically having captured Cole, and now we don't really know where it's going to go. Of course, at least Princess Vanya's gone to warn the king, who, I mean, if he's the Skull Sorcerer, then she's not going to be able to find him, but I feel like maybe she will find him, or maybe, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't want to make too many theories, because I could wind up being wrong, and then there's no point to it, but I think that it was a really good episode, very well done. I like seeing the introduction to the Skull Sorcerer very early on. I hope that he's a more hands-on villain than, let's say, like Unagami was in Prime Empire, because we didn't get to see too much of him, and of course he didn't really wind up being a villain necessarily, but in that role, when he kind of was the antagonist, he wasn't very hands-on, and we didn't get to see too much of him. So I hope we get to see more of the Skull Sorcerer, because he seems really cool. I want to see all of the ninja kind of go up against him, and Master Wu as well. I wonder if Master Wu will wind up getting a dragon at some point because of that Lego set, of course. So lots of things to look forward to in this season, and we're only in episode 2 here. So yeah, really good episode, very promising season so far, I would say. So yeah, really enjoyed it overall. Be sure to let me know all your thoughts on the episode down below in the comments section. Let me know if I missed out on talking about anything, and let me know some of your theories as well if you're watching the episodes as I'm watching them as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for future content just in general, and Ninjago reaction specifically. But yeah, thanks so much, I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.